Hey guys, welcome back to EDDY the Thinker. My name is Aditya, aka Eddie, and in the last episode, I left you with a question. Now, would we conform if we are certain of the correct way to behave, or if the pressure is coming from a group we don't care about? We will explore that in the next episode. And explore that we will, but first, today, we are going to talk about a classic experiment. In fact, it's one of the most widely replicated experiments in the history of social psychology. This is Asch's conformity studies. By the way, if you're unable to follow what I'm saying, I highly recommend you check out this episode where I break it all down. Solomon Asch conducted a series of experiments in order to better understand the power of normative social influence. So the expectation was that given an unambiguous situation, the participants would still be rational problem solvers. So even when the group did or say something that contradicted an obvious truth, the participant would not conform. He would stick to his guns. So let's say you were taking part in the study. So what's going to happen is you're going to enter the lab and you will find that there were some other participants already there. You take a seat and the experimenter comes in and introduces himself, and here's what you got to do. The experimenter presents you with two cards, one with a single line and the other card with three lines labeled 1, 2 and 3. Now as a participant, you have to judge which of the three lines on the second card was closest in length to the line in the first card. Each of the participants would announce their results one by one.
2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3.
So Asch has set up a situation to discover if people would conform when the answer is so obvious. But there is a catch. Those other participants you saw as you entered the room, they were not participants. They were confederates. Confederates are people who pretend to be participants in a research study but actually work for the researcher. So these confederates were actually instructed by the researcher to give the wrong answer on 12 of the 18 trials. When you look at card 1 and card 2, you know the answer is line 2. But the confederates, the fellow participants, they say line 1 is the closest. So now what do? Are you going to conform? Are you going to stick to your guns and say line 2 is the correct answer, is the correct length? Or are you going to conform and say line 1 is of the correct length? The results are going to shock you. So in 12 of the 18 trials, confederates supplied the incorrect answers, of which on average people conformed on 1/3 of the trials. 66% of the participants conformed with the confederates at least once. And overall 37% agreed with the incorrect answer. Only 25% refused outright to conform. So in other words, people conform because they don't want to look foolish in front of complete strangers whom they'll never see again. This is a classic example of conforming due to normative social influence. This also illustrates how there is public compliance without private acceptance. In a variation of the study conducted by Asch himself in 1957, conformity dropped dramatically when participants were allowed to write their answer on a piece of paper rather than reading them aloud or announcing them aloud. So folks, tell me, would you have conformed with the group even though you knew they had the wrong answer? Or would you have stuck to your guns? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright folks, that's our episode for today. I'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, stay safe, take care.